Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Well, I sure do have a rant to go on today. Well, before I do that, let me just do a little preface. Now, I know there's going to be some Apple shills out there who are just going to dislike this video immediately. Fine, go right ahead. But let me just say that I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with buying an Apple product used, for example, that you can get a good deal on. It's not like everything that the company has ever made is garbage. It's just that I find their business practices absolutely horrendous. And it's mostly that I'm attacking more than their products. Although I do have problems with a lot of their products, as I will talk about in this video as well. Okay, so even though I'm not somebody who buys Apple products all that often, as you might expect, I've still had numerous problems with the ones that I unfortunately do own, especially in recent experience. So, you might recognize this laptop if you saw my previous video. Anyway, this is a 2015 MacBook Pro, which I got used, but which after not that long, both the trackpad and the keyboard stopped working completely. They did not respond, they did not do absolutely anything. And it was always both of them together. It happened just one day, it started happening. It wouldn't happen all the time, but I would have to restart it to fix it. And then basically over time it would happen more and more frequently until the thing was unusable, and it would happen literally every single time. And I had to put Linux on here in order to fix it. That's right, once I changed the operating system, and I checked either Linux or Windows worked, once I changed the operating system on here, it worked just fine, and I've never had that problem since. So it's literally something to do with Mac's OS that is messing with this thing. If it were just the product sucks and it just doesn't work well, that's one thing, and that would still be annoying. But it's literally Apple screwing with their product and making it not work so that I buy a new one. And that's a million times worse than just a terribly designed product. Okay, let's get on to the next thing. Now, this one absolutely makes me livid. Not that the other one doesn't. But I have these AirPods Pro. I think they cost me about $250 or something. The hardest question that I would have to answer is why I even bought these to begin with. But that aside, I did buy them, and I actually bought them new. I hate to say it, but I bought these new, and everything was pretty much fine for, I think maybe, let's say, a year and a half or so. But now, just very recently, all of a sudden, it just failed. I mean, literally, these would not connect to any device. Even though I charge them, the light's blinking to connect. They connect to no device whatsoever. And, I tried a million different things. And eventually I start reading online about what I'm seeing, which is happening here, which was that the light is just blinking white constantly. Not like orange and not like it's pairing, it's blinking white, but like it's always blinking white, and it won't connect, it won't be discoverable by any device whatsoever. And I looked it up, hardware failure. Forgive me if I'm a little bit skeptical and I think that, hardware failure, sure, I don't think that these could ever be fixed, but I do think that Apple has something to do with these breaking, But just because based on their track record in the past. If it were a different company, I'd give them the benefit of the doubt, but, Apple probably just, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and start selling these expensive headphones and then just make them stop working so that people have to buy a new one, Wow, that's such a good idea. Let's do that. No, we don't care that the consumer has to spend all their money and, lose all the trust in the company. I mean, it is just infuriating. And if you're watching this, Apple, stop it now. Seriously. Oh yeah, and then those adapters that just, cost ridiculous prices, where it's like Apple's just like, oh, you know what, we're just going to make an adapter that you can't get from anyone else, so we're going to charge some $40, $50 for it, some ridiculous price where it's like, it's a little adapter, and you're charging $50 for that. come on. I mean, I know other companies do this too, sure, but like, not every company does this. And it's terrible. I mean, why? Like, you want your customers to be loyal to you, then why do you do this shit, Apple, with the chargers? It's like, just, sell it for a normal price, and then your customers will be more loyal and come back. Don't try to nickel and dime them. Oh, we're going to charge $50 for a charger. Reminds me of when they did that thing with the Mac Pro stand, where literally the stand for the monitor on this computer retailed for $1,000 for a piece of metal with no electronics in it whatsoever. $1,000. So, I mean, it's just useless trying to reason with these guys. Oh, and by the way, Apple, you know how you're always trying to like change the chargers and everything to make people have to buy something new? Like, for example, this used to be a regular USB-A port on this side. So on this side it was the lightning cable for the iPhone, and then this side it was USB-A. And it would plug into the adapter that goes into the wall. Now they're changing it to USB-C, and when you buy your phone and it comes with this, it doesn't come with the adapter. So they probably know you have an adapter for USB-A from your previous phone, but oh no, we're going to change the adapter. That way, if you don't have a device with USB-C port and like a laptop, then you just have to go ahead and buy an adapter. So then they can make more money from that. I mean, nickel and diming you literally at every single place that they can. Oh, and by the way, the thing with headphones, the AirPods situation not being bad enough, then they did a stupid thing where they're using the lightning jack on the headphones. No, that's not because they didn't want to include a headphone jack on an iPhone, which they could very easily do. That's not why at all. It's because they wanted you to have to buy the headphones with the lightning jack. And now, guess what? Now that my AirPods failed, I have to, if I want to be able to listen to stuff on my phone or on my laptop, I have to carry 2 pairs of headphones. I can't just carry one, since my phone only takes the lightning port headphones, whereas my laptop, as pretty much all laptops, only takes a regular headphone jack. So this is all that company called Apple. This is all their fault. And I am really livid about that. Now, I feel like by even making this video, I'm really putting a target on my back, because I just know that Apple is obviously a powerful company, and if they want to, they can probably destroy my channel if they cared enough to. And the reason that I'm especially worried about this is because I've seen something like this in the past. A long while back, I made a video mentioning how I purchased a 12900K from Best Buy, and the box was empty. So I had to go back and tell them I paid $600 for an empty box. I'm gonna just put a card up there in the corner for you guys if you want to check it out. But anyway, the video was very detrimental to the reputation of Best Buy, and look at this graph of views from YouTube Studio. So it just shot up at first, the views went up so quickly as I was expecting, this video is going to get a ton of views, and then suddenly it just plateaus completely. That just seemed way too much to me, like the algorithm caught something and was like, oh, you know what? We're gonna check with Best Buy to make sure that this video's okay, or something. We're just gonna stop showing it to anybody so it doesn't get any more views, because we don't want to hurt our friend Best Buy. Well, hopefully the only thing that will keep this video afloat, I'm hoping, is, well, for one thing, you guys, so please share this video, but number 2 is I don't think that Google, who's behind YouTube, and Apple are on the best terms. So hopefully that means that Google will not make this video get hardly any views. Alright guys, just to sum it all up, I mean, what my opinion of Apple is. If you buy an Apple product now and again, if you find a really good deal on a used one or whatever, or there's something about them that you prefer, they have good build quality, for instance, usually. But anyway, like, no offense to you or anything if you buy them. I mean, I've bought them too before, especially if I can get them used and for a good deal, but it's just absolutely infuriating how this always happens, and I think that Apple is a disgusting company, and really, they're the absolute worst company out there in terms of this. There's no more anti-consumer company out there than Apple. There really is not. I mean, what does YouTube do? They're not doing any of this to us. I mean, it's not Google, even Google. I mean, you know, they might be doing stuff with our data, but at least they're not doing this deceptive thing where they sell you things and purposely break them so you buy a new one. And what is more annoying, what is more anti-consumer than that? Nothing. Alright, that's it for my rant. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one.